If you're going to be in the Napa area and would like to attend a taping of the Napa Show with Artie Party, email us at artieparty1@live.com or call 707-815-3369. We look forward to having you in our studio audience. And now, back to Artie Party!
Orale, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, tequila. Yeah, tequila. We played that during the break for all you Cinco de Mayo. You know, Cinco de Mayo, folks, is not an excuse to just get out and drunk and get stupid, okay? If you really know the history of Cinco de Mayo, look it up, okay? Okay, the Battle of Puebla, okay? The French Army, the Mexican Army, you all know the story,
and
okay?
it's not the Mexican Independence Day.
It's not Mexican Independence Day. That's September 16th, okay? All right. Okay. So
that was just my excuse to get out of school for the day.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for an introduction, okay? Let me remove my glasses for a second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Charlotte Stewart, ladies and gentlemen. One of 3 children, Charlotte Stewart was born in Yuba City. I know Yuba City, California. That's next to Marysville. On February 27th. Yeah, on February 27th. In the 1950s, she studied acting in Pasadena. She is famous for portraying the role of beloved schoolteacher Miss Beadle in the popular TV series Little House on the Prairie back in 1974. She was with the show from 1974 to 1978. Charlotte Stewart has also worked with controversial filmmaker David Lynch on 2 occasions in the cult classic Eraserhead in 1977 and the TV series Twin Peaks. A lot of people remember that. Charlotte Stewart was once married to actor Tim Considine. They divorced, and she married David Banks, which she has met years before when she studied the craft of acting in 1992. You told me I read everything. Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only. She's on her Beatle tour, and she's here tonight, okay? Charlotte Stewart, everybody. All right, all right. Hey, Miss Beatle. Yeah, we love you.
Yeah, I brought my entourage.
You brought your entourage. All right. Well,
yeah.
That's the
First off, before we start, I have a present.
Uh-oh, what you got?
I have a present for you and
for me.
Stacy.
Okay.
You're never really dressed without a smile.
Oh, very nice.
There you are.
Thank you.
All right, we work up.
Get a lot of gifts today.
Wow. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Actually, this has become kind of a symbol of the character that I played on Twin Peaks. We had this big, the series was based around who killed Laura Palmer. And so they had this big funeral. And it was the only scene where every character in the show was in this one scene. The first time, the last time. We're all gathered around her. Well, they didn't notice that I put a happy face button on before I went to the funeral. And the director didn't notice it. David Lynch didn't notice it. You know who noticed it?
Who?
The fans.
Oh, really?
And I have been deluged with all kinds of artwork, pictures of Miss Beadle wearing a happy face button. And, what's the problem with that? Right?
There's no problem with that?
Yeah.
So speaking about Miss Beadle, okay, my obvious question, what made you get into acting? I mean, how long have you been acting? How did you start?
I couldn't get into college.
You couldn't get into college?
No, I was
okay.
a terrible student. I was a terrible student. All my friends were going to Cal or Stanford or God knows where. And I was panicked. It was the summer of 1958, and I saw an ad in the back of 17 magazine, and it was for the Pasadena Playhouse. And it had a picture of Earl Holliman. None of you
do
you remember him?
I remember.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I sent an application in. I got accepted, and then I told my parents. And my mother said, well, we'll see about this. And so she and I drove down to Pasadena, and she was very impressed. I mean, it was the State School of California, State College acting school, State Theater of California. So it had a lot of prestige, and I would be living in a dormitory for 2 years. So she was like really happy that I got to go somewhere.
Wow.
And then I just did it out of, I was just grasping for, something to do. I was just one of those really fortunate people that started working right away. My first show was with Loretta Young.
Wow.
She had this show called The Loretta Young Show. And it was a different episode every, it wasn't a series. It was a episodic television. So I did 3 Loretta Young shows, and then I did My 3 Sons, where I met my crush, Tim Considine.
See these notes I have, all these questions?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, all right. Okay, so much. Okay.
No, I got a part on My Three Sons, and I eventually ended up doing 3 different roles on it over a couple of years. But Tim and I started dating. Now, when I was in grammar school, I used to come home from school and watch the Disney show with Spin and Marty. Do you remember Spin and Marty?
Wait a minute. You're going all over the place, Miss Beadle. I want to get back to My Three Sons real quick.
My Three Sons, okay.
So I just want a couple quick questions.
Right.
What was Fred McMurray like? I mean,
You know, I hardly ever worked with him. I
Okay.
was always working with the My Three Sons.
Oh, okay.
You know, mainly Tim because we were the same age.
What about William Demarest?
Oh, I love
Uncle
Bill.
Charlie, right?
Uncle Charlie and Fred Mertz.
Yeah.
Bill Frawley. Oh my God, the biggest moment in my father's life was meeting Bill Frawley. I mean, that was the highlight of my career.
That's
was
Fred
my
Mertz.
dad
Yeah.
meeting Bill Frawley. I have a picture
phone
of
call?
them.
Brian can pass for a moment. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Hold on, never mind. Miss Beadle says yes. Miss Beadle will take everybody. Okay, as we continue our interview with Miss Beadle, it's time for the official sound tone of the Napa Show. He's been doing this for the last 10 years, and it goes something like this.
Ding, ding, ding.
You recognize that, okay? And I do that, okay? All right.
Okay.
You recognize that sound tone.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, so go ahead. We were talking
And
about My Three Sons.
Macy,
William Frawley.
William Frawley, and he was, you know, excuse my language, an old fart that just made us laugh all the time. And he was grouchy, and he took my dad to lunch. Well, he took all of us to lunch, but he and my dad were like, they just like that, bonded like that. And, you know, he used to give the waitresses a bad time, and he just made my dad laugh so much.
So how many episodes did you do with My Three Sons?
3.
3, okay.
Playing different characters
And
in
that's
each
where you
one.
met your future husband,
That's
Tim
where I met
Considine.
Tim, and we were together 9
okay.
years.
Okay, all right.
And then we split up, and you just want to talk about my husband?
No, I don't. Okay, but Tim, he was one of 3 sons. The other one was Robbie, right? Don Gray,
That was
wasn't it?
Don Grady,
Don
and
Grady.
the youngest was Stanley Livingston.
Stanley Livingston.
And when Tim left the show, Barry Livingston became the youngest
Right.
boy.
And what was the name?
He's working like crazy now.
And what was the name of that dog they had? Didn't they have a shaggy dog?
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I don't
See,
remember.
I like that TV show.
I know.
And you also did some Bonanza?
I did 3 Bonanzas.
Really?
And I did 3 Gunsmokes. And I did, I did all those Westerns, you know. I did FBI and...
So I'm going to look for you in Bonanza. Do you know which episodes they were? I mean,
Oh,
obviously.
gosh.
Yeah.
The Long Ride, and, gosh, I forget. One of them was with David Canary, who came in
After?
as Candy.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have me behind a plow, you know, behind a plow with a push-up bra and long blonde hair, you know.
That's funny.
It was very funny.
Yeah. Cool. All right, I'm going to look at
Pushing
that.
a plow.
Yeah. So, and what else? What's on your notes there?
No, well, we're talking about some of these other TV shows that you did. You were talking about Loretta Young. And
Loretta Young, that was, you know, I mean, she was a classic. She was from the old Hollywood. And, you know, I didn't really get to know her very well because she's kind of hard to get to know. But, I mean, that was one of my first jobs. So that, you know, the sad part, you know, we're talking about Mother's Day. The sad part, both of my parents died before I really got rolling. You know, my dad died, in 1964, and my mother died in 1973, so neither one of them got to see any of the TV shows that I did.
Wow.
In fact, one of the things I will always be grateful for, and it's kind of sad, but the week my mother died, I was home with her, and we were watching TV, and I was on 2 different TV shows, and they were on the same network, and one followed the other. And the thing in those days, they used to have you wear your own wardrobe. You know, they would come in, they say, we need, you know, a jacket and pants, a skirt and stuff. So as it turned out, and I did these 2 shows way apart, you know, it wasn't like the same week. One was Medical Center, and the other one was Matlock.
Medical Center with Chad Everett.
Yeah, Medical Center with Chad Everett, and maybe it was either Matlock or one or the other. They were on the same network, the same night, one following the other, and I wore the same thing in both shows. And in one, I was a prisoner on a bus, and the other one, I was an heiress who was blind. It was just so funny.
And Matlock with Andy Griffith, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that.
Man, you hobnobbed with all these guys and
I
gals.
did. I worked with Rock Hudson. I worked with Jimmy Stewart. I just was so lucky, you know, to have all these chances.
I mean, the names that we're throwing out, I mean, I know a lot of viewers, we have a lot of viewers who remember those good old days,
Yeah.
you know? And, you know, they just don't make TV like they used to.
You know, they don't. And I hear that all the time. I go on the road a lot with to meet fans of Little House on the Prairie. And the thing I get mostly from the grandmothers and the mothers are, why isn't there anything like that on television now?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, to tell you the truth. You know, it was just that Michael knew what he was doing. He knew his audience. He knew that there was a story to be told and a lesson to be learned in every
Michael Landon, everybody. That's what she's
Michael
referring to,
Landon.
yeah.
He knew there was a lesson to be learned in every single episode, one for the parents, one for the kids. And he was just magic in doing that. He would just sit down with a yellow legal pad and just write out a story. One time I told him a story about my godmother. My godmother was a one-room school teacher in Mendocino many, many, many years ago. And one day she was held in the school by the big boys. Who, you know, it's a lumber country. And these kids were still working with their dads and, you know, big kids. And they kept her in the schoolroom by throwing rocks at the door. So Michael Landon wrote an episode called Bully Boys, where Miss Beadle is treated badly by some big boys, and she gets fired.
Wow.
Whoa.
So 257-0574, if you have any questions or if you'd like to say hi to Miss Beadle, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of people out there who watched the show for many, many years. So if you have any questions or you'd like to say hi, feel free to give us a call, 257-0574. Operator standing by. Okay, all right. Okay.
And I was also just on the road with Neil Young. Neil Young.
What?
I made a
You were on the road with Neil Young?
Yeah.
Wow.
I made a movie with Neil Young called Human Highway.
Really?
And I actually sang with him in the show, in the movie. And I played a character named Charlotte.
Well, go figure.
Go figure.
Yeah, wow.
Right. And so we were at the Toronto Film Festival, and then we were just at the Austin South by Southwest Festival.
Wow.
And
You're a busy girl.
Next month I'm going to Memphis, Tennessee, and in in July I'm going to Seattle, Washington, and that's about it.
We're talking about the current Beatle tour, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, all right, cool. That's awesome. You're busy. You're
busy,
all over the
and
place.
when I'm in Napa, I try to do as much as I can to raise money for the Wellness Center.
What brought you to Napa? I mean, how did you end up in Napa? Good old Napa.
Well, it was time to retire. I wanted to retire. My husband was very ill. My husband, David. And so we moved to Napa because the air was better. My family is in Marin. They're also, my brother's in the East Bay in Port Costa. My sister's in Marin. And I just kind of wanted to be where I could have my family close. And so we're still close. David passed away 3 years ago. And but I'm doing very well. I keep very busy.
You're very busy here in town. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very involved. Queen of the Valley and all
Queen
kinds
of the Valley, and
events
we do that fashion show every year. I'm doing an Elvis event in a couple of weeks in Petaluma, at the Petaluma Sheraton, where what's his name, Donnie.
Donnie
Is going to be Elvis, and so it's kind of for the senior citizens, basically. Those of old people who remember.
Are you
Elvis.
leaving? Oh, you have a question? We have a question for you. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Felix. Yeah, Felix the cat, ladies and gentlemen. Felix the cat has a question for
hi.
Hey, how was Allison Angram? Was she really a brat?
Oh, she still is a brat.
But was she really like that on camera, too?
Allison played Nellie. She played
Oh,
Nellie
Nellie.
Olsen.
Okay, yeah.
And in fact, I'm traveling with her to Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I travel with her
Great
quite a
question,
bit.
Felix the cat. That's a great
Yeah.
question.
Oh, she is one of the smartest, funniest women you would ever meet. And if she ever gets near here, you have her on the show. She wrote a book called Memoirs of a Prairie Bitch.
Oh, really?
Or How I Learned to Love to Be Hated. And she's a kick in the pants.
Wow. All right. Any more questions, Felix?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Felix on the roll.
I love television, but
Yeah.
how was Michael Landon with the production and the control of the
Oh,
show?
he did everything. I mean, he was the producer, the director, the writer. I mean, other people directed, but it was Michael's show. You know, when I told him about the kids, and he sat down with a yellow legal pad and started writing out Bully Boys. He's just brilliant, you know, and the kids loved him. I mean, I talked to Rachel and Robin Greenbush, who played the littlest one, Carrie, that was played by twins, and they adored him. They were more a father figure, you know, than their real family. You know, the crew followed Michael from show to show.
Mm-hmm.
They followed him from Bonanza to Little House on the Prairie to Highway to Heaven and on to the next show that he was doing when he passed away.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And Victor French, how was he?
Oh, Victor French. I wish I could tell you stories
Yeah.
about Victor French,
Yeah.
but it's not appropriate. I'll tell you when we're
Okay.
off the air.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. Yes, Felix, one more question. Felix, taking the airtime. I love it. I love
I
it.
love it.
Okay, like, it was a period piece, right?
Yes.
How did you, like, tune out the 70s and just get into that mindset of, like, the...
Well, it was easy because we shot out in Simi Valley, which was quite a ways from L.A., and when we would get there, they would pick us up by car, drive us over the hill into the set, into the area where there would be makeup and wardrobe and all of those things. So before I ever would get into the town of Walnut Grove, I would have the wig, the makeup, the schoolmarm costume, the long skirt, all the petticoats, the boots, the little glasses, and by the time I walked over the hill and over the bridge and into Walnut Grove, I was in the 1800s.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Was the set all built, or did they use pre-existing?
No. It was built. In fact, the last episode of Little House on the Prairie, they burned the town down because Michael didn't want anybody else using it for another show. So I've never seen that episode, and I don't think I ever will.
Wow.
I don't want to see it.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a real town. If you went in there, you would think there was nothing inside. We shot all that on a soundstage. But yeah, it was the Nelsons, the Olson store, the church school, the mill, all of that.
Wow.
In fact, I can't tell that either, dear.
Well, you could whisper it to
Well,
me.
maybe I could.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, boys, but you might. I don't know. I don't want to offend
That's all right.
anybody.
They won't hold
It was
against you.
really hot out in Simi Valley, and I had all these skirts and petticoats. So I'm sorry, but I didn't wear underwear because it was hot. But one day I got a wasp up under my skirt, and I didn't know what to do. The wardrobe lady was the only one who knew my secret. So we had to rush around trying to get into a building where we could get the wasp out, because I couldn't quite do that, out in the open. But yeah, that was the only drawback.
Okay, Miss Beadle.
It was the 70s. So.
Yeah, it was the 70s.
Well, you know what?
We got the visual. Okay, all right. Yeah.
I think Allison mentions it in her book.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Beadle. Okay, all right, gotcha. All right. Felix, any more?
Yes, just one more.
Well, this will be your final question. Wait. Let's put him on the camera so everybody can see who's been harassing Miss Beadle right now. Okay, so Felix the cat is here. Yeah, okay, just give him a little airtime. Okay, there you go. Okay, Felix has been asking the last 3 questions. Okay, and this will be your final question. Okay. Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Her name escapes me, but the actress who played Ms. Olson, the shopkeeper.
Yes.
How was she like?
Oh, she was. Oh God, it has escaped me right now too. I know this is terrible because I'm.
That's all right.
You know how it is. I'm old.
Okay.
Katherine MacGregor.
Okay.
Katherine was she was very much like her character, Mrs. Olson. It's always, opinionated and all. But what people didn't know, and I didn't know this either until she and I went away for a week at a health spa. We had a week off, and we decided we'd go down to San Diego area and go to this health spa. She's a Buddhist, and she's a very devout Buddhist.
Mm-hmm.
And she meditated every day, and she's the sweetest, gentlest soul you would ever want to meet. And on the show, she played a raving B-I-T-C-H. And, so you never know. You never know. But thank you for asking
thank you
that.
for
There's a
answering
lot
the
of
question.
people who
Thank you.
don't know that about Katherine.
Ladies and gentlemen, get it for Felix the cat asking all this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Chew, go away. All right. There goes Felix the cat. All right. So, what do you think of all the TV reality shows nowadays?
Oh, I hate them.
Do you
I
watch much
hate them.
TV? And if you
No.
do watch TV, what shows do you watch?
I watch Castle. I watch Bones. I watch Ellen DeGeneres. I watch the news. And that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I love Bones.
Bones.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite thing to watch is anything about big machines.
Okay.
You know, what they do. You know, those great big
No, yeah,
digger
I watched that
machines,
show, Build
like
It
the
Bigger.
ones they show,
Build It
you know,
on the
digging
TLC, or not TLC,
the
but the
tunnel or
Discovery
whatever.
Channel,
Yeah, I love all
we
that
thought,
stuff.
I
Stacey,
watched
do you have a
that.
favorite TV show that you watch? On regular
that
TV?
I watch that regularly?
Yeah, on regular TV. Yeah.
Usually Big Bang Theory, I watch it.
I like that too. Yeah.
That's
Big
probably
bang.
most
They're
regular.
very clever. Very
Okay.
clever. Good writing.
I watch the news and I watch ESPN.
ESPN, yeah. Go Giants
Yeah, go Giants and go Warriors.
and go Warriors.
That's right. Yeah. No, but I used to, classic TV. Those were the good old days.
Right.
But so you're busy nowadays. You're a cancer survivor.
I am a cancer survivor. That's why I offer to raise money for the Wellness Center.
Mhm.
If you don't know what the Wellness Center
Stacy's also a cancer survivor.
are you?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wellness Center is a free post-surgical caretaking for any kind of cancer patient. They don't have to have gone through their program at the Queen of the Valley. Doctor gives you a slip, you go to the Wellness Center, and they give you 6 weeks of exercise, swimming, writing, reading, painting, all kinds of things to make you feel like a human being again after going through. Did you go through chemo?
Yeah, chemotherapy.
Yeah, or radiation, any of those things that kind of take your life out,
So what kind of schedule are you on? I mean, you look great.
Thank you.
In great shape. And so what kind of workout routine do you have?
I don't have any workout routine.
No workout
I'm,
routine?
I'm alive.
Okay.
You know?
yeah, you're alive, all right. Okay, all right.
No, I used to do all that, and I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to take it easy. I'm in love.
Mm-hmm.
I have love in my life, which is
Awesome.
wonderful.
Very good.
And I stay really busy. I sew every day.
Mhm.
I make things that I sell on my tour.
Mm-hmm.
I make pictures with Miss Beadle on it, bags with a picture of Miss Beadle on it that are all quilted and all of that, and I sell them, and 10% I give to the Wellness Center.
Awesome.
So I do that. And I also sell, I recycle pet food bags into grocery bags, and I sell them at Valergas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you do?
You can go into Valergas and buy my bags.
All right. Get a Beetle bag, everybody. All
Yeah,
right? At Valergas, all right? All right.
$19.99.
In Valeria? At Valeria?
Valergas, yeah, in the gift shop.
Okay. What about Facebook? You do Facebook?
I do Facebook. I'm on Twitter.
Okay.
I'm writing a book.
You're writing a book?
I'm writing a
Never
book.
ending. All right. That's great. Keep it busy. Oh, we have pictures. Yeah, I'm sorry. Great. That's great. T.J. Lucerno saves the day. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
time
are
is
we
just
looking at?
flying by. What do we got there? Who's
Okay,
that?
that's David Lynch.
Okay. All right.
That's me with David Lynch in the first scene shot in the pilot for Twin Peaks.
All right. Twin Peaks.
And that's me
Ah,
with
there
Miss
she is.
Beadle.
There's Miss Beadle, okay?
Yeah, the nicest school
The
teacher
nicest
in
school
Walnut
teacher.
Grove.
Exactly.
That's me with Elvis.
Whoa, there's Elvis.
I did
He looks-
Speedway with
he looks all
Elvis.
shook up.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was so sweet.
Yeah.
He held my hand and told me all about his mother.
Oh,
It was
oh
very-
mama's
He did.
boy. Yeah, he's a mama's
He did.
boy.
He was so sweet,
Yeah.
and all I could think of was, holy crap, Elvis is holding my hand.
Good one.
Pick up one more.
Who's
That's
that?
Kevin Bacon.
Hey, there's the Bacon Man.
That was in Tremors.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, I look like the cat that got the canary, don't I? Yeah.
Kevin
Anyway,
Bacon.
That's kind of in a nutshell. That's,
Yeah, very nice. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Well, time is flying, Miss Beadle.
I
I'm
know.
telling you, we can spend
Thank
another
you
hour.
so much for asking me
I
back.
do want to ask about Twin Peaks. Is that really coming back, or
We
is that
don't
over there?
know.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't
'Cause I've kind of
know.
been reading too off and on about.
No, we did a program. All the cast got together. We put a long thing on Facebook where we each said what Twin Peaks would be like without David Lynch. I said it would be like Meatloaf without the cigarette,
Yeah.
which if you haven't seen the series doesn't make any sense at all. But
Now,
Yeah, 'cause I
the
follow
Little
that
House on the
pretty
Prairie continues to play. Do you get royalties?
yes, I do.
That's awesome.
Thank
Oh, wow. Orale.
you.
Right on.
Thanks to a Hallmark channel.
Yeah, Hallmark
Yeah.
Channel. Yeah, all right. And you can catch Little House on the Prairie on the Hallmark Channel.
Every day in
Every day.
129 countries.
Wow, that's awesome. All right. Well, we have 1.5 million viewers. Why don't you just go ahead and say your goodbyes and just say any shout-outs you would like to give
Wow.
to the camera, okay?
You know, if you're in Napa and you're watching this, we live in the best place in the whole world. I love Napa. I'm so happy to be here. And thank you for giving me such a good welcome.
You're welcome. And I had an honor. We worked together at the.
We did a not a play, but a reading.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was, and I thank you for your guidance. It was a lot of fun. We
Oh,
had a
good.
great time. So,
Okay.
so thank you once again for
Oh,
being here. Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Remember, wear your smile.
We will wear our smile.
Yeah.
Okay? A big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for the one and only Miss Beadle, Charlotte Stewart, everybody. Okay. Yay! The crowd goes nuts, everybody. All right. God, I love this excitement. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break, a much-needed break, and when we come back, the fun's just starting. Okay, folks. So enjoy. We'll be right back. Orale!
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 Orale!